Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in again to another episode of CivilianTacticalWeapons.com. We're actually going to talk about the HK416, which is a piston-driven AR system. Couple things to note, this HK416 is actually running on a Colt 6920 lower, so it's not a 416 upper end lower, it's the 6920 lower. It's running a 10.3 inch barrel on this, so this is a stamped gun. When you're actually getting, if you're going to build one of these types of systems, what you do need to note is you need to pick out your lower ahead of time, because when you do fill out the paperwork for getting a gun of this length, what's going to happen is you're going to need to actually tie it to the serial number of the lower. So make sure you pick the exact lower you want ahead of time and not try to change it out later, because it's illegal to change it out at that point. So this actually is not my gun. We actually have this. This is actually brought over to us by another person. So if you're asking me how I got it, where I got it from, all that type of stuff, I can't answer those types of questions. So what I want to do is actually cover the breakdown of this gun, show you a little bit what's different, what's kind of the same. There is a video that's actually the video portion we've actually done is the range portion has already been recorded, so we're going to cover that. You'll see that in a future episode. So what I do is go ahead and take the sling off. We're going to go ahead and check the gun, it's empty. And what we're going to do is pretty much you're going to break this down, the initial portion, pretty much the same you would any gun. Go ahead and pull the bolts out. To actually get to the piston, you're going to go ahead and take this nut off the side here. Pull this. Pretty much want to pull this thing completely out. As you can see up here, instead of a regular gas system, this is actually a piston system. And to break this down, it's actually very simple. But this is where you're going to start seeing the differences. You can see the springs in there. Kind of hard to do with one hand. But you see there's actually a pretty tight spring system in here. As far as the bolt itself, or bolt assembly, it's actually pretty similar to what you'd see in most other guns. As far as the breakdown goes, you're going to go ahead and pull that through like you would a regular. And to pull the firing pin out, you'll pull right through the bottom and out. As you can see, the actual bolt itself is very similar to an AR. I don't see any noticeable differences here. As far as the reassembles pretty smoothly. Now the one thing to note is, it's going to be impossible to see here, but you have to actually lift this little latch up to put the firing pin all the way back in. And then as far as lining this up so you can put this back in here. Oops. I find it easier to do if you're holding it from both sides. And that fits through right like that. Pretty simple. As far as putting this back through, nothing radical here. Go ahead and reassemble. Reassemble the upper piston. Whoops, let me show you. Can't actually close this yet. Slide this back on. And set to go. Pretty much a couple things to note here. You'll see this in the range video. This is an incredibly fun and interesting gun to shoot. If you ever shot an AR, this just feels a lot different, and it feels different in the good ways. Doing pop-up drills, this little 10.3, everything was so smooth. We actually did a lot of rapid firing through this. Works flawlessly, not that I would expect anything less from an HK. The accuracy is just absolutely amazing. This is very expensive. We've shown you on this show the Smith & Wesson M&P15Ts. The M&P15T is definitely a better entry-level gun. I mean, this is really for someone who is very, very dedicated. If you're looking at this type of a setup with the aim point, you're looking at 45 to $5 grand to do this type of a setup. Not counting also the fact of having to wait, 3 to 5 months to actually get the paperwork to go through. That type of paperwork nowadays is getting worse and worse with the administration. So this is not a casual hobbyist type gun. This is someone who's definitely wanting to spend a few bucks and put something very impressive in the collection. So that being said, if you have any questions, keep in mind we will be having you'll see the actual range time video of this in the future. If you have any questions, please email me at info@civiliantacticalweapons.com, and I hope to see you in a future episode.